Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video I want to talk about a few more examples of what we've discussed so far, and you will also get an opportunity to do the calculation and just test your understanding of the concepts that I've been talking about. So essentially what we've discussed is that given a set of baskets, like in this example we have physical cards, and the alphabets represent the items that are being purchased as a part of those cards. So here when we say X implies Y, basically what it means is that given X, how often does Y occur? So in other words, if we have C implies A versus A implies C, you can understand that these are two different rules. C implies A means given C, how often does A occur, whereas A implies C means that given A, how often does C occur. So in that sense, rules have a direction associated with them. Okay, and the aim of market basket analysis is to determine the strength of the associations of the rules, which essentially means the strength of the left hand side of the association between the left hand side and the right hand side of the rule. So then we discussed the support of A implies B, and the formula is such: we have all the transactions in the denominator, and in the numerator we have transactions containing A and B both. And this is a new concept that I want to introduce right now, that support is symmetric. So what is the meaning of symmetry? Symmetric means that support of A implies B is equal to the support of B implies A, and this is the meaning of being symmetric. So when you're calculating the support, the direction of the rule does not matter. The items that are a part of the rule is important. Whereas when we calculate the confidence, so if you have confidence of A implies B, what it means is that you're looking at all the transactions where A is present and you're trying to see which ones of those also have B. So it's easy to imagine that why confidence of A implies B will not be the same as the confidence of B implies A. So from that perspective, confidence is not symmetric. So at this point you can pause the video, take some time to do the calculations based on the 5 baskets or 5 cards that are displayed on the screen, and see that if you can calculate the support and the confidence correctly, and when you're ready you can proceed. So if you've understood the concepts correctly, you would have got the same answers, and if for some reason you have got something wrong, there is a lot of opportunity, ample opportunity to go back and look into the concepts, but it's important that you know how to evaluate some of these metrics correctly based on what we have discussed so far. So please check your answers against the screen. So now, talking about the type of data that we need to do association analysis. So essentially the type of data that we will need to have a transaction ID that represents the receipt or the transaction which we have in our data, and the items that are purchased as a part of that transaction. So that is called as the basket data. So that is the data that we need to find out the association rules. So there are some famous examples. If you go and look it up, there is a famous anecdotal rule which said, Walmart found out that people who were buying diapers were also buying beer, and then it looked a little bit weird, and they went and investigated, and they found out that there were these dads who were babysitting and they were buying diapers and beer at the same time. So then there are rules which are kind of new to us, and we need to further investigate to understand the accuracy of the rules better. But then there are rules which have almost become phrases, like bread and butter. Okay, so these are things that we already know. So essentially there could be 3 different types of rules. So let's look at what those 3 different types of rules can be. So actionable rules are the ones that are desirable, they are high quality rule, and they have information which is new to us. So these are the associations which we can then implement into bundling products and product placements and other applications that we talked a bit earlier. The trivial rules are like bread and butter. Bread implies butter. These are things that we already know and we're already familiar with. and hence they do not do a lot of value add. Inexplicable rules are the ones that cannot be explained and they need further explanation. So most often we find trivial rules and inexplicable rules. What we are really looking is actionable rules. Okay. Now there is another example that I want you to try your hands at. So let me just explain. Let me explain to you what's given in this data. So you have savings account and checking accounts. It's kind of like a Venn diagram. You can see that what number of people have savings account and checking accounts both, where both are yes, and that's 5,000. And then what is the number of people who don't have either, which is no and no here, which is 500. The total number of people in the bank for this example is 1,000. You can use these numbers to find out the support, the confidence, the expected confidence, and the lift of a rule saving implies checking. So what is it that we are testing for here? Here what we are checking is that are saving account and checking account complementary? If they are, then if a person opens a saving account, it makes sense to recommend a checking account to them as well. But in case they are not complementary, then it does not make sense to have both the accounts, because it will not be relevant since they have overlapping functionalities. So that is it. That's what we were trying to say here. So just check on the values and see if you're able to get the right answers. In the next video, I'll talk about a very important algorithm which is called the a priori algorithm, and which is always discussed whenever we talk about association rules. So I'm going to end this video here. Thank you.